It's Rotungo, and today I am showing off what I picked up here recently. I got this here, Call of Duty Spawn. I got this when the McFarlane sale was still going on, so I've had it for a couple days, a few days, but I just haven't gotten around to messing with it at all. So they did two of these Call of Duty Spawns. They did the one where it's in his tactical, and they did like a standard looking one. I don't really play Call of Duty. I played a little bit of the single player, but I don't like first-person games. I can count the amount of first-person games I have beaten on one hand, probably. I've started a bunch of them, and just because they're first-person, I really can't get into them. Like Borderlands, I own all the Borderlands except for the third one, and I've started the first one multiple times, and I always get so far. My current save is the furthest I've ever gotten. And I love the games, but because they're first person, I just can't get into them for some reason. Beat the Metroid Primes. And I beat the Outer Worlds or whatever it was called. And then Cyberpunk. That's pretty much about it. I've played a few, but I can't really get into them. And this is Gorilla Grod, the Page Puncher. And him I got after the sale, unfortunately. He still wasn't that expensive for a big fig. He was like, I think the price of a normal fig, like $40 or something. Canadian, of course. And there he is, Gorilla Grod. And he's an older figure. So I was surprised my GameStop had him. Because the GameStop I go to quite frequently. And I've never seen him in there before. And then he was just all of a sudden in there. So, there he is. He is a beefy boy. Through the top. Can't really see through the top because glare. And the bottom. Oh, I guess it was 41. There you go. So I was off by like $2. But normal, regular size, especially like the collector's edition McFarlane's, they run 40. So he's not really the price of a big fig. He's the price of a more fancy standard fig. And then the coolest thing I got isn't even a figure. It is a stand so I can start opening and displaying my Street Fighter Jada figures. So this is the stand I got. It is a corner-mounted scaffolding looking display. And once I get it set up, I'll put it at the end of this video. Set up. I can pull a piece out to show scale. Those are the ladders. And this is one of the levels. So this is one section of the 4 sections. And you can see next to Grod and the Spawn, it is a fair size. You could easily fit McFarlane's and the Jada Street Fighters will fit out nicely. And these are the ladders that go from one tier to the next. And like I said, I'm going to get set up and then I will put it at the end of this. So see what it looks like after it's all set up. So there we go. There is the shelf. I stuck it between 2 of my shelves with alien tape. You don't know what alien tape is? It's like this jelly double-sided tape. It can hold shelves on walls and stuff. So we're going to try it. One of my shelves is already like sitting funky. So I'm going to have to see what's going on with that shelf. And my shelf does have some. It got some damage on it. But anyway, that is what we are going to be trying. And we're going to see if it'll work. I know people that are using this to hold actual shelves on the wall with stuff on the shelves. So that's why I took their advice. So I don't have to actually like screw into my shelves. But I don't know why this one is so low. Oh, I know why it's so low. I can see why it's so low. The tape isn't actually sticking to the wall, so I'm going to have to adjust it some. But anyway, that's where I'm going to try and put my Street Fighters. But we will see how well it holds up. I got it sitting there temporarily. It's basically going through its test to see if it will hold its own weight. If you want to see a sort of a comparison of the shelf to McFarlane figures, there are the McFarlane figures and there are the shelves. It's kind of at a weird angle, but the McFarlanes will fit on a shelf in between the floors. I do have to fix that one, find out why it's not sticking. And then, yeah, I just stuck them in between. Originally, I did have my Street Fighters just hanging on the wall in here because they're still currently in their package because I wanted to have a nice way to display them. So the plan is to put them in various poses, put them on ladders, put them about to get thrown off the scaffolding, things like that. So it actually looks like a fight is going on. But I'll get them on it after I see if they stay on the wall. If they don't stay on the wall, I will be updating this with a, hey, they all fell off the wall. And if they stay on the wall, then I'll be updating it with, here's how my Street Fighters look currently. All right, so I have the Street Fighters on it now. I'm having a couple issues with the bottom two shelves, especially the second shelf, but I have them up here temporarily. I'm going to be able to fit them all on here when they all eventually get released, I do believe. But some of them I'll probably keep pretty much the way they are. Others I will change as more characters come out. But that's how they are currently. And since Sagat and Blanca are coming out next, I kind of got Ryu down there ready to fight Sagat. And then the second shelf, you can see, I actually had to put a screw into the second shelf because the rest of it is being held up by alien tape. And if you don't know, this is what alien tape looks like right there. And it's actually really good for holding shelves up. And these shelves have been up for almost a week now. About 5 days the shelves have been up. And only the second one is like having issues. It does come with a level, the shelves. So they were all level when I put them up. But some of them have like shifted a little bit and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're holding. Bison I put on first just sort of to test out if he was going to hold. So he was up there for a couple days before I put any more characters on. And then I gradually added characters to other shelves. The second shelf, like I said, I put one screw in. I'm probably going to have to put a second one in because from the camera you can probably see it's like leaning a bit. But the plan is eventually to put some going up the ladder. I want one or two characters running up ladders or maybe even fighting on ladders. And I am probably, maybe, possibly going to have Blanca hanging off of one of the rails, depending on the type of hands he comes with, if I can make him look decent doing so. And then I want, when Zangief comes out, I'm going to put him on one of the edges that stick out. About to throw a guy over the edge. So that's my plans. And I'll balance them out more as more come out and I understand how much room they're all going to take up. But that is it. That is what I'm going to, that's how I'm going to display my Street Fighters. All kicking each other's booties. And up here, just in a big old rumble. We got Fei Long blocking Chun-Li back there. And Ken and DJ about to punch each other in the face. And then we got Dalzim kicking it. Old Cammy over there. And then Ryu standing there waiting to fight Sagat once I get a hold of him. But that's it. Thanks for watching. So long.